My name is Charlotte Riddell. I'm 15 years old, and I'm here to talk about how courage and action creates forward change. The hardest step I ever took wasn't the biggest. It was the first, because I didn't know where it would take me or what would happen next. But that single decision began to set everything else into motion. My talk today is about the power of taking the first step, especially when no one else is ready to move. Because real change doesn't begin with grand movements or global headlines. It begins quietly when a person decides to act, to step out of what's familiar, and to believe that that one voice, one action, and one movement can make a change. For me, that step began when I chose to get involved at the Festival of Hope. First, as an organizer in Baku, Azerbaijan, 2024, then in Astana, Kazakhstan in 2025, and later this year in Baku, Azerbaijan in December of 2025. When I joined, I didn't have the experience nor the confidence to do so, but I did have one thing. I had the desire to make something meaningful, something that brought people together. The Festival of Hope became and is a platform for young people like myself to lead, to share ideas, and to make a change. It isn't easy, but it is something someone can do. I focused on peace and conflict, a topic that felt unfamiliar and complex. However, that helped me step out of my comfort zone to truly understand how the presence and absence of peace can shape a society. Through this challenge, I discovered the difference between negative peace, the absence of war, and positive peace, the presence of justice and equality. Over time, my curiosity turned into passion. I realized that peace isn't passive. It's something that can be built over time, something that can be built through small acts of understanding and courage. I realized that this experience, the experience, is when growth begins, when comfort ends. At first, I was completely out of my comfort zone. I had to organize events, lead discussions, and talk to adults, which I would have been far too scared to talk to in the first place. That discomfort helped me realize something essential, though. That courage isn't about being fearless, it's about acting despite that fear. Throughout organizing the youth conference here in Baku, I realized that each meeting, each idea, and each person who decided to join and participate can make a change, and that they believe that change is doing something when someone dares to believe in something better. When working with people from across different nations, I realized that people desire to make a change, to understand peace, understanding, and passion, and that's a universal thing. And that activism isn't only a thing that adults can do, but children like ourselves and teenagers can do. And that no matter where and no matter how, we can make a change, no matter what age, no matter where we are, and no matter what time in life we are, we have to make forward and we have to put that change in front of us. One discovering moment, and one moment that helped me understand that, is when I spoke to the Director General, Olli-Pekka, of the International Baccalaureate. I was nervous, standing in front of adults and teachers, talking about youth action and courage. However, people listened. Later, they even quoted my words back to me about how small actions can make bigger change. This helped me realize that my passion for courage and action doesn't only move myself, but it can move others too. Think about every movement that has changed the world today. They've always started with small, brave actions. When Rosa Parks decided to refuse her seat in 1955, she didn't believe that this would start a civil rights movement. When the kids sitting at the counter doing sit-ins in Greensboro in 1960, they didn't believe that their sit-ins would inspire a whole nation to do change. All they believed in was that doing something was better than doing nothing at all. Which inspires me, and hopefully others too, that change and courage is something that we can all do if we just believe in it ourselves. And I may not be standing on a bus or sitting at a counter, but I do believe that courage is something universal. Courage can be used to make peace and to make a society a better place. When talking to students across nations, we all understand that we want to do something for the world. We are here to live in a world what we want to make. And as a person who's very passionate about courage and peace, I'm here to leave you with one goal. No matter how scared you are, you can make something better. It may not be global, it may not be a grand movement, but doing something is better than doing nothing at all. Even if it's a small thing in your school community, in your community as a whole, you are doing something that can make the world a better place. So I leave you with one challenge. Think of an idea, take passion, and make it into a project for yourself. Even if it's planting one tree, you are doing something to create the world a better place. You are here to make the world something we want to live in, something for the future generations to live in. So I hope that courage doesn't keep you. I hope courage isn't something that keeps you away, because courage isn't about being fearless. It's about doing something despite that fear. Thank you.